The story started 2 hours approximately before our investigators came on scene with a robbery gone wrong. There were several robbers who were out to steal money and valuables from a recently retired doctor who lived in the area. This recently retired doctor also recently had his granddaughter, who was released from a sanatorium just weeks prior. And she was released in 100% good physical and mental health. And they were living in a wonderful life of richness and luxury together until the fateful night of the robbery. During the robbery, her grandfather got shot, and she ran out immediately to get help in the pouring rain. While she was running out to try to get help for her grandfather, she was struck by a car in the road, driven by our investigators. Well, let's just see if we can pull up the picture. And she promptly forgot why she was running and where she was running to and why she was in that condition. But the investigators did find this very odd shaped, very old ancient medallion of seemingly little value, but it was something that was noticed on her body. Continuing on with their ride, they did come across the Orchard Gas and Diner, which was a road stop along the way where there were lights on, people were inside, and they were able to, number one, identify the person in the road as Amelia Webb, known to live around the area, but not exactly where. With this information, Amelia's memory slowly came back to her. And at some point, she remembered that she needed to get help for her grandfather, who was, she didn't remember why she needed to get help. She just remembered that her grandfather was in jail. To complicate life, in the middle of the storm, in the lightning and the thunder, every now and then the investigators, at one time or another, would see this very bright light that would appear seemingly out of nowhere and then disappear almost as quickly as soon as lightning struck nearby. So as the storm raged on, every now and then they would see a very bright light, and they couldn't quite figure out where this light was coming from, if it had to do with some sort of government installation that was perhaps somewhere in the area. However, it seemed to be moving every now and then. But right now, the investigators were rushing back to Dr. Webb's house to see if they could give him the aid that he needed. He was retired and very elderly, so we do not know yet what happened, except for in the last scene, before we stopped for the evening, Amelia Webb reaches the threshold of her house, has the vision of her grandfather being shot in the shoulder moments before her leaving the house. And she is the only one that remembers that her grandfather, who needed help, was a victim of this violence. Nobody else knows that yet. Now we have Sebastian and Hector, who were in the car together with William. William was the driver of the car. So Hector knows everything that's happened up to this point because he was with them completely. And finds himself now with Sebastian holding up Emily Webb as she dropped unconscious after having that vision of her grandfather in her head. But they are at this dark, the threshold of this dark house, this unlit house, where the front door was kind of flapping open in the wind. Sebastian did find a crowbar not far from the entrance and did equip himself with that. And unfortunately, William is still lost somewhere in the forest, in the rain, as everything is kind of coming to a head. And I think for the sake of the production, we're going to see if we can get the music up and running again. So here we go.
You're spoiling them now.
I know. I tell you, it's horrible. So let's do our rain and see if we get that in. Because that was the one thing I had forgotten to add. You guys won't notice it probably on this stream, but there we go. We have some heavy rain, at least for the production value in any case. And that might be a little loud. I hear thunder. Yay. All right, let's bring that a little bit
don't
down.
you?
Wonderful. All right, excellent. And so we are actually going to continue with Sebastian and Hector. You are at the front of this house. Amelia just kind of dropped to the floor. Okay. It is a very nice stone building. You can see that it seems to be very, very well maintained from the outside. Not new construction per se, but definitely something that is well maintained. And at the entrance, you can hear a chunk, chunk, just going back and forth, coming from the inside, somewhere over to the left side inside the house. Now, remind me, who did have that flashlight? Was it Sebastian that was carrying it? Yes.
Me? Yes.
Excellent.
I had all the goodies.
Yeah. Amelia is laying down on the floor right now. Yeah. In the rain.
She kind of fainted. And this happened in the story. I'll just mention to everybody, it happened in the story even prior to Chris mentioning he wasn't going to make it today. So, foreshadowing, coincidence. Did I have a crystal ball? And I don't know, but
yeah. I mean, fortuitous that he couldn't make it this evening.
yes.
Perhaps.
Yeah, otherwise he'd just be, hanging out doing nothing because his character is unconscious again. What I do to Chris, he doesn't remember his past, he doesn't remember his character, his future, and now, poor Chris. In any case, it's very easy for you to get her into the kind of hallway and rest her down in the meantime, at least get her out of the elements and the rain. So
the door is unlocked.
The door was actually open, and it was flapping inside the window. Yes, it was.
Ah. Okay.
Yes, it was.
Is there like a covered porch area above the door where we're standing, sort of shielding us from the rain and the worst of the wind?
Let's just take a look at that and let me see if there is. It doesn't appear to be necessarily so. But again, the door's open. You can see the entrance is this kind of wide. I'll say like it is a wide hallway, so that you could just leave her inside the hallway. The door is the house. I will describe it as deathly quiet. I don't know why I would describe it like that, but deathly quiet seems apt at this point.
Hector, you get Amelia's feet. I'll get her head, and we'll carry her into the hallway. At the same time, I'll do a quick flashlight search of it.
Okay.
Anything of note?
Sebastian's a major, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's all right. Just wanted to make sure. So, yes, Major, and I'll grab Amelia's feet, as he suggested.
And as you do enter the house, you're going to notice, like right away down the hallway, there are kind of two rooms or doors on the right side. But that sound, that chunk, chunk, just keeps going over and over and over again, and it seems to be coming from. Well, there's a turn down the hallway down to the left. And it seems to be coming from that direction of the home.
Yeah, Major, is that some kind of generator, maybe?
Possibly. Yeah. We make a comfortable. Take my wet waterproof off, put on it into a pillow. I'll give Hector the crowbar. I'll take out my Webley and the flashlight, and we'll head towards what we think is a generator, slowly, cautiously.
Okay, and yes, and it is still pretty dark, but luckily I think your flashlight has at least a 10-watt little bulb in front, so it's bright. It's illuminating the area in front, and you see that it does look. The house looks. I mean, obviously the door's been open and stuff has been blowing in, but the house looks very nicely appointed, very, very nicely furnished. And when you get to the corner, you're going to see something immediately to your right. You're going to see a door, and a little bit up more, immediately to your left, you're going to see a door, and up to your right, a little bit more doors. So there are several rooms inside of this house. But you can hear that this chunk seems to be coming almost maybe now that you're there somewhere from. Well, you know what? Let's make me a listen roll. I mean, it's going to be a pretty easy one, but let's roll some dice and see how the dice are favoring us today.
Okay. Apparently, they don't favor me at all. 85 out of 30.
All right.
I'm going to try and remember how to roll dice in Fantasy Grounds. How embarrassing.
Well, let's see. You should have a skills tab, I believe.
I do. I've got that, and I'm clicking. I can see the listen. I thought I clicked on the number, but I'm.
No, I believe you click on the skill, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh.
And Brian was going to say that too, but he was on mute.
And if I click on the skill, I just get.
Oh, maybe not.
A little tab. Well, a window opens, telling me what the skill is.
No, then that's not correct. So it should be on the dice to the right of the number.
Yeah.
Left of the number. Let's see. Oh, for fun, let's open it up.
Yeah. Tell me how I do this, because I'm feeling.
I will. I'm gonna try. All right. So
you just click on the 50 or whatever you have for listen. Just click on that number and double click it.
Oh, you drag it over to there. It is.
Or you can double click it.
Drag.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. So
that's a fail.
With both those fails, I'm going to say that you can't tell. Oh, go ahead.
Can I spend 2 luck to pass?
You
that?
can spell 2. You can spend your 2 luck.
Okay. I'm assuming that I just take 2 luck off this and say that. Carry on.
All right. So with that success, it almost sounds like this is coming from somewhere underneath the house, underneath the floor where you are.
Okay. Surprise. I'm gonna throw another spanner in the works here and just say I've got 0 luck. Before I even start.
Go ahead, roll that. I think you were supposed to roll that. Go ahead.
Yeah. What's the deal here?
It's 3d6 times 5, if I'm not mistaken. There are better keepers out there that will be able to know that one off, but I think generally everything is roll 3d6 and times it by 5 and 7. So.
Oh,
wow!
That ain't
nice.
bad.
All right.
That ain't bad.
Yay!
What's that? Okay, 70, isn't it?
That is. That's excellent. All right. So we will let you manage that.
Sorry, that was me.
In the meantime, let's go out to William, who so accurately described himself as wet, cold, miserable, upset, obviously, with William and Hector for not realizing that he got, confused in the way and didn't wait up for him, and he's all alone. And outside, as you're and it's difficult, you think you're kind of walking downhill, at least for now, which is good because you know that the hill was up, and you kind of took a shortcut through the forest instead of following the road, where, if you followed the road, you obviously would have got there because you just wanted to follow the road. But somebody said, no, we're going to cut through the forest, and that I know a shortcut. And we all know what happens when somebody says, I know a shortcut. And that's exactly what happened to you. And you hear that. And you're kind of looking around. And again, you hear again. And you're kind of looking around trying to see where it's coming from, but it kind of almost seems to be like it's echoing in the wind, and you're going down, and something's coming up for you, and all of a sudden, go ahead and make me a dodge roll with a penalty die, I believe it would be. So to do that on Fancy Grounds at the bottom, you will see you have a 1p before the roll.
Oh,
lovely.
Fantastic.
Oh, lovely. And isn't this how you got lost in the first place, if I remember? It was your wonderful dice.
It's pretty darn similar. I've got my jacket on a branch now, and that's ripped.
All of a sudden, out of nowhere, you don't know what it is. It's bigger than a dog, maybe more like a bear, but a bear out here. Something like just smacks into you completely. You have no idea what it is. It just, you feel this blunt force as something was running onto you, running straight for you. It hits you dead on. You get knocked down to the ground, and you start rolling and tumbling down, and you finally come to a stop. Something hard is stopping you. You come to stop right down at what feels like maybe a wooden post or something. And as you're tumbling and falling down, you hear another as something is also tumbling down with you. And when you crash into it, and you think, okay, that's it, I finally crashed into it. Well, here's where the 99 comes in. That thing crashes into you straight after. And I'm going to let you roll a 1d3, and we'll see how much damage you have taken from the impact of rolling down the hill, smashing into this, wooden wall, and then... And you know what? I'm at this point, I'm going to let both... well, this would be a... Need to find a character sheet.
33 units.
It will be both... all right, you take 1 point of damage. And go ahead, both Billy and William, I think... It's going to be a spot hidden of sorts. It's a smell-based spot hidden, but we'll let you roll spot hidden for it because I can't think of anything else better. Oh. Nice.
How do I take my hit points down?
Sorry?
How do I take my hit points down?
Let's go to the character sheet and let's see. Under current, you just
current box. Just clicking it. It doesn't look like it's doing anything, but apparently it is.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, there you go. Right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, okay. So, Billy, after you finally finish rolling down this hill, you are wet and miserable. You are about to kind of. I guess smash into this like wooden wall, but something a little bit softer and more human breaks that, that impact. It braces the impact for you. But you can smell a distinct smell of petrol or benzene. from this area where you are.
Not me. I haven't been drinking.
You have not been, but you did. Did you make your spot hidden?
I've got a hard success.
Yes, you did. That's why you smell the petrol. You smell petrol, and you obviously see that you've smashed into somebody. And I will let you guys take over from there.
I haven't got any money.
Well, thanks for breaking my fall.
Oh, thanks for breaking my rib. Oh. Who are you? Wait.
Name's Billy.
Wait. What? You in the orchard?
Yeah.
Earlier.
I was heading. I heard something.
I mean, what's fine. I think the major and the girl went back to her house. The other side of the hill somewhere.
The house up on the other side of the hill.
Billy is currently unknown to you, by the way. Billy is currently unknown to William.
So he wasn't in the orchard. I thought you said he was.
Sorry, that was Hector. This is
okay.
a new
Wait.
character. But it was still a valid question.
So who are you?
My name's Billy. I was nearby and I heard something, so I came to find out if everyone was okay. Sounds like something.
Well, obviously, as you can see, I'm not okay. Can you just help me to my feet?
I'll help him to his feet.
Is your vehicle on the side of the road or anything?
No, I don't drive.
You don't drive? Where on earth have you come from, then, man?
Cars are expensive.
We're in the middle of nowhere. This is not the kind of weather for a perambulation.
I'm sorry. A per what?
What constitutional? A what?
Constitution.
Yes. Obviously, I knew
they signed that, didn't they?
Being an American, it's. Can we just get ourselves out of this?
Sure.
Out of this hole, this muddy hole, please. Just take my arm.
Like dusting him off a little bit. Sorry about that.
And so,
just
describe
a shoe.
And it is still pretty dark, but let's describe how Billy looks. What does Billy look like? What's his age?
Young, 17, not quite an adult. He's wearing dark clothing. He's got a glove tucked into his belt. Let's see. He's got his jacket hangs like there's something in his pocket. Let me see what else. But he looks pretty rough and tumble. He doesn't look like he's definitely doesn't look like he's from a wealthier part of town.
All right. And I'm going to just describe a little bit about this wall that you smashed into. It's obviously part of a structure. It's a wooden wall, perhaps a home. Right now, the rain seems to be pouring off the roof. The overhang is so low that it doesn't really give you much of a chance. Just all the rain just keeps as long as you're up against the wall, you're getting poured upon from the overhang. From the rain that's coming off, but you are quite near a substantial structure. Does Billy have any lighting on him, or any way, or just not really? There's not much on you, no. So you guys are both in the dark, in the middle of the rain. There is a lot of cloud cover above, so there's very little starlight, if at all any. And you can barely see in front of you, but you are in front of it. It's a finely built wall, though. Very, very nice. It could be a home. Who knows?
Okay, so I'm
Do
taking
you
it
smell
in.
gas?
Try and find if there's a door on this wall. Like follow the wall around to the end, to the corner, and then see if there's a door around there, and just like staggering along.
Actually, yes, you
Dusty bit of
find.
rain.
In fact, what you find is barn doors.
Ah, a barn. Right. Let's go in and dry off so we can get ourselves together.
Okay. So
Is the door open?
as you slide the doors open really easy, or pull them forward. There won't be sliding doors. The smell, like, it hits you right away.
Oh.
There is a heavy smell of petrol coming
I thought I smelled
from
gas.
this thing,
I
and
thought it was you.
you do see a shape inside this rather large shape. But we're going to stop there and cut off to the other folks inside this house that I may have described when you went in there. It was a brick building, very nicely built. And you turn the corner, you see a door immediately to your left, and another door on the right side a little ahead. And you do hear this noise coming from downstairs.
Yeah, Major, I think that sound is coming from. There must be a basement. It has to be a generator, doesn't it?
Makes sense. I don't think they've laid power out this far, so there must
Why
be a
are none of
basement.
the lights working?
Generators need fuel. There's no one about. Let's try. Which is the closest door to her?
Okay, opening the door to the left. Again, with your flashlight, you see a very richly appointed bedroom. Beautiful bedroom, beautiful, but obviously for a female. There's the four-post bed, and it has the canopy on top, and it is almost like you would keep a treasured doll here, treasured possession. It is very, very, very. It's opulent. More so than necessary. Whoever lives in this room is enjoying the finest things that life has to offer in the 1920s.
Is it like a child's bedroom? Sorry, did you say?
It's not. It's not child's bedroom per se, but it is obviously female. There is the the teddy bear about, but it's more of like a doll, and it's not necessarily. It would be not a small child's bedroom.
Okay, right. So it could be like a teenager's.
Yeah, you notice a set of car keys on a night table somewhere beside there. It's it seems like
And this isn't a single-story building, is it?
It looks like it is a single-story building. There's another door in this bedroom. There is another door in this bedroom leading to another area. But let's just see where we are. So there is.
Gotcha.
Oh, actually, you know what? I'm going to take that back, and I do apologize. When you open the door, you do see what you see, but on the map they described it differently from what I read. Okay. And we're going to say down the corridor, you can see another door that does open up and does go to a downstairs area.
Ooh.
Yes.
Sebastian looks around, taking in the room. She did say it was her grandfather. Grandfathers do like to spoil grandchildren.
So this must be Amelia's room, yes? Perhaps we should bring her in here and lay her in a bed. So if she wakes up, she won't be afraid.
Good idea. So do that.
Yeah. So we'll go haul Amelia's body back.
Pocket the car keys.
All right. Okay. So you have a set of car keys. She is in the bed, and you can actually still hear the noise, and we'll say it's coming from beyond the next door in the hallway.
Lead the way with a flashlight, slowly but steadily.
Yeah.
Steadily, mainly because of the dark.
Yes.
The dark. There's nothing out of place in the corridor. No knocked over side table or.
There isn't much there. I mean, there's not a lot of light. If you're looking at the floors, they're dark stone floors. You can't see much on it yet. If you want to examine it, I'll allow you to do a spot hidden roll at regular with your flashlight.
I'll roll if I may. I'll roll a spot hidden. And the dice gods are with us.
Yeah.
Oh, do.
Okay, so yeah, it does look like there has been some, if there was a guest in this house, they really weren't very polite. They didn't clean off their boots before coming into this area. It does look like there are signs of passage. Dirt. It's a little wet. It's somebody has come through here. Whether that was normal back then on stone floors, that people didn't take off their shoes when they came in, but it's clearly there is.
I think we're not the first uninvited guests, Hector.
William?
Good Lord, no. He was behind us. No, he wouldn't take the initiative. Keep that crowbar handy.
And I raised that up in shaking hands.
Good man. I make way to the basement door. Well, I assume to the basement door.
Okay.
Also to listen.
And as you do, you don't hear anything at the basement door except for that ka-chunk, ka-chunk, ka-chunk. It definitely sounds like there is a noise.
Does it sound mechanical? It
definitely sounds mechanical.
Right.
Yes.
If we get the generator working, we could at least switch the lights on.
That sounds like a cunning plan, Hector. Open the door to the basement, shining flashlight. What sort of stairs and what do I see?
It is quite dark here. It doesn't. It's also. It's not as kept up. It's clearly you could see that there's a lot of dust here. There are cobwebs, packing crates, but a huge domestic electric generator system, and you could see wires coming off, but as in of the 1920s, and some of them even lead up the stairs, so you can see kind of the wires are, they don't really go through the walls, they kind of go around and on top of the walls. And so now that you're starting to see, you can kind of look and shine with the flashlight and even see where quite a few of them are heading upstairs. And you can go ahead and you can make me an it is electrical engineering role, or is it
electrical repair?
Mechanical engineering? I believe it is mechanics role.
As electrical repair or mechanical repair?
I will accept either of those.
It's own crap at both.
I only have electrical, but I only have 20 in that. So let's see if we are favored. Ooh, 26. So I burn 6 points of luck.
Oh, very nice.
Yes.
All right.
It depends. I don't know how much luck you've got.
So describe to us how you fix this generator.
Sebastian is not technical. It's not a technology.
Well, you did notice, by the way, a mallet that was kind of attached to a chain and a dent in a certain area of the generator.
Well, he does that style of maintenance very well. Very well. So we're sharp tap, maybe a second one for good luck.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. And so as you whack the generator just in the spot that kind of seems to be a little bit more worn than all the others, you do get that noise. It kind of something engages, and you hear the the gas lawnmower of a, and it starts to sputter and putter into ignition, and you do have this I mean, look, I mean, it's cutting edge 1920, 25 watt bulb that is illuminating the space around you. And that is also now seems to be, well, it's difficult for you to see what is happening in the rest of the house, but you can see a lot of the room much better now with this bulb going on.
Hector being very young and very naive, he just looks across at the Major with the sincere admiration as this happens.
The Major twiggles his moustache.
You're like a Doctor Who companion.
There is nothing in the world that cannot be solved with the intelligence and liberal use of violence. Remember that, Hector. Right.
As that happens, I'm going to say we're going to cut away to William and Billy. That at a certain point, while you're smelling everything there, all of a sudden you see the light goes on. There's a light that goes on in this barn shed. It's really more of a garage for a car. And Billy, go ahead and make me a POW roll, please.
Yeah, I'm sure it means nothing bad.
Wow. Okay.
Ow.
All right. That is very, very good. William, you're gonna have to make a spot hidden roll, please.
Oh my goodness. We all fixing to go insane. Oh, good. I did not spot it.
Sorry, it was Sebastian's spot hidden roll, not yours. I apologize.
Oh, crumbs, right?
Oh no, I apologize. Not Sebastian. William. I am
the other guy.
Being a horrible keeper at this point. William, who is with Billy, will make the spot hidden roll, and that will make a lot more sense.
Well, will he?
In the meantime, yes, or will
no, he
it?
will not.
Okay, he will not. Okay, so
He's still got rain in his eyes.
Billy, as this light comes on, you have a flash of memory, and you get startled, but you realize it is only this light bulb that went on, and you're much relieved. And so from now you can see that there are these huge jerry cans. Obviously, that's the source of the petrol smell, and you also see a very nice car. They're very, very, very. It would be it's a cut above. Very sporty, very shiny, very nice car there. But you also notice now lights, I guess, right behind you from a stone house that is directly across the way. So you now do see the house, you do see lights shining in through the windows.
Right, so this is her cursed car, the vehicle they were talking about back in the trip stop. The keys. Are the keys hanging up near the car?
No, unfortunately not.
Wow.
If I was smarter, I would have said yes, but I already revealed where those were, and so I can't take it back.
I know. Wouldn't be particularly security conscious either.
And they are currently secure in Sebastian's pocket. So.
Oh, is it still rain? Is it still yammering down the rain? It's still absolutely.
Oh yeah, but down. It's not far to the house. It's just like, you can see
is there anything?
The house is illuminated.
Is there anything that could be used as a rudimentary umbrella?
Roll me a luck roll.
Piece of tarpaulin or something.
An old newspaper.
There is. We're just going to see how nice it is. And yes, so there would have been a tarpaulin, but with a hard success, you find an umbrella. It's kind of like right sticking out of that back of that car. It's a nice big one. It's huge. It'll be enough for you and Billy if you choose to share it.
Depends on how big.
Okay. I mean, you don't know how good he smells now. I mean, he's been out in the rain for a while. As of you, I mean, it's all a wash, right?
I guess right. An umbrella. Right. Good. We can go to the house and catch up with the others.
Okay.
I guess you better go under as well. Come on.
Well, thank you. Want me to hold it? I'm a little taller.
It's really boots in there. Or wellies or something.
You know what? With a 12 luck, I'm going to say yes.
Yeah, no, roughly my size. That's fine. Okay. Cool. Okay, right. So yes, we'll make our way up through the path towards the house.
All right.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out why people are changing their shoes.
and
We lost one.
While you guys are making it through,
one. That's ridiculous.
we have now synchronized our time. So while you are walking around to the house, to this illuminated building, very nice brick house, we will go back inside to the brick house, and you guys are in the basement, and the generator is not making this horrific clunking noise anymore. It is operational, and you have light.
Let there be light, said the Lord.
Is there anything else in this
Well,
room other than
yeah.
the generator? Yeah, it's.
Yeah, there are boxes. I would think more. It's things that were either put here to be stored or discarded. It doesn't seem like anything was placed here because of the dust and dirt and everything. It's not something that would have been like kind of well maintained.
Okay.
But if you're looking for anything in particular, you can make a luck roll, and depending on how reasonable it is, we'll see.
Ooh.
Like if you're thinking of something that somebody would store in a in a basement, or they would store something for a long time.
Wine.
One of those things that the kids will have to worry about when you're long gone, type of thing. Then.
Yeah, I'm not looking for anything in particular. I don't know if Sebastian is. I was more concerned about other people, I think, perhaps being here, but there's no sign of anybody being down here at the moment other than ourselves, I assume.
Correct. Yes.
There's nothing more than a tray in the dust to generator and stairs. That's the only traffic in the dust. So
Yeah. Exactly. It doesn't seem like somebody was down here for a bit. At least 6 hours, 8 hours, I'd say, but no.
Well, Hector, I think we're done down here. Let's go back up top. Let's see what we can find. Amelia's grandfather should be about.
And I will open up the map for us, only because this module, unlike most of the Fancy Ground modules where they have one for the players and one for the GMs, the developer didn't kind of do that for this one. And I recently found out the developer also isn't developing anymore, so the module is the way it is. So I will put that there for us, and as we discover the rooms, we will pretend then that it's the only time we can read and know what they are.
Okay. So we're going to make our way up to the hallway, I guess.
Yeah. And so you guys are up in the hallway right around where it says wash closet. WC.
Oh, at least we know where the facilities are. That's always good to know. You should always know where they are. Shall we head to the closest room? I can't read.
Oh yeah, those stairs. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I apologize. That's going to be tough to read. So go ahead. This Hector will choose, I guess. If Hector can read.
Okay. So there's as we come out of the stairs, as we come up the stairs, there's a door directly ahead of us. We step through that back into the hallway.
Yes.
The door to the immediate left of that.
Yes.
I guess that's the first one that we would try.
Okay.
And so Hector will push that open gingerly. He's clutching this crowbar as the Major has told him to. Perhaps he's raising it slightly above his head as he pushes the door open, peering in. Perhaps feeling for a light switch on the wall nearby, if there is one.
The light is already on. The lights in all these rooms seem to be on now, and
okay.
You see a very, very, very nice desk. It does. There's not a lot to it. There's a chair. There's maybe some very, very, very nice stationery on it that has it has this stylized EW on it as if for writing.
Ooh.
And but it seems to be just like this nice study. Perhaps there's like a little shelf with some books.
So the shelf. Does this look like Amelia's study,
yes.
or perhaps grandfather's? Okay,
yeah,
Amelia's.
This would be
judging by the books and things that are on the.
Yes, and you see that there is also an adjoining door in this room that goes back to Amelia's room and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Is there a telephone or
as advertised? No, oddly enough, I don't think that there would be a telephone here. Not in this room.
Yeah. There's no one here, Major.
Well, best keep looking. Amelia did say her grandfather was about, but I'm worried, Hector. Muddy boots on the floor, the door open, your crowbar.
It wouldn't be Amelia's grandfather. That doesn't make sense.
No, as I said, I think we're not the first uninvited visitors. Let's keep the noise down.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Keep the noise down. I put the flashlight away in my pocket and
Okay.
draw the trusty Webley.
Okay, very good.
And we would head back into the corridor and try a systematic next room along from this one.
Yeah.
Okay, so the one that is aptly called Dr. Webb's room, correct?
Mm-hmm.
This room seems to be quite ordinary. Everything also seems to be put well in place. It's well ordered. There, you guys can go ahead and make spot hidden rolls while I make a brief description. But you see that the clothes are neatly stored, the shoes are nicely polished and just sitting stow. All right, that's Hector, and I'll wait for one from Sebastian.
55 out of 60.
Okay.
Oh, thank God.
So you do actually find a very small leather-bound pocket Bible tucked away in the sock drawer. And it is quite ancient. This looks like the type of Bible that has been passed down for generations. And you notice a strange inscription in faded blue ink seems to have been written on the inside many years before. And this inscription in faded blue says, "May God have mercy upon the physician." And as you guys are rummaging through and looking there, I will say that yes, it's certainly time for William and Billy to join. Billy, you see that William is kind of there, heading towards the front door. What are you doing? And you're just on mute for us. Sorry. So good.
kind of following him. I'm not real thrilled about going in. About the time he gets about to the porch, I tell him, I did hear a shot go off this direction.
Shot.
Yeah.
Well, yes. I think the doctor was in there. Dr. Webb, midway.
You might get shot going in. Just be careful.
Yeah. So,
Who's? Is there another vehicle up the front of the area, or?
there's no vehicle in front, but Hector and Sebastian can make listen rolls.
My acquaintance went in there earlier. He can be a little reckless with his pistol.
Yay!
All right. So yeah, Hector, you can definitely hear William shouting out for a doctor. I mean, maybe he's hurt. He's saying, "Doctor, doctor, are you in there?"
Oh, okay.
It's kind of muffled.
So I look. Okay, brilliant. We all hear that.
William?
Yeah.
I mean, all the lights are on, so I'm sure someone. I
Yes.
presume someone's home.
I
just
lead the way out of the dark, keeping the Bible in one hand.
the gun in the other.
Yeah, it's that sort of story. William, according to William, where the devil have you been?
Well, wait.
Well,
before you do that,
I've got half the forest all over me. Where's Emily?
Passed out. We put her in the bedroom.
Okay, so you had to have put her in a room, yes?
Yes.
Fine.
Who's this?
Where's Webb? Dr. Webb.
Who's that?
Name's
Oh,
Billy.
this is Billy or something. I found him in the woods.
Billy of the Woods.
Hi, Billy.
Of the woods.
The other woods.
What
Yeah,
you doing
he was-
here, Billy?
Hey, I didn't go change my shoes in a garage.
Yes, William. Why are you wearing women's Wellingtons?
I think the fuchsia colour goes quite well with my tie.
he's foreshadowing
Well,
what's going to happen in the 2020s.
Yeah. Hello.
Well,
I happen to have elegant feet for a gentleman.
If you say so.
large mouth.
That's how my dancing lessons when I was growing up. Anyway, yes. She said Dr. Webb was in trouble and I need some help.
We're looking for.
Managed to find him?
We are presently looking for him, but I'm more interested in his Viddy of the Woods. May I make a spot hidden roll or a intelligence roll? Roll to see if I.
Yeah, if you what, sorry?
See to study or notice what Billy is carrying or what
Yeah,
he
sure.
looks like. The spot hidden.
I mean, the first thing I'm going to do when I come in, there's a door to my right. I'm looking for someone in the house. I'm going to push the door open into the reception room.
100%.
Dr. Webb?
Hey, William. The major says there's somebody else here.
I mean that we were 44.
You made it with a 44?
Someone else
So, again, Billy, I'll let you describe yourself once more.
Dark clothing, jacket, got a
What's the lump in your
round
pocket?
leather glove hanging off my belt. The one of the pockets seems to be a little bit weighed down.
What's reckless go for a nighttime walk dressed in black? Some idiot's going to run you over.
And as you ask what's in his pocket, and as William pushes the door open into the reception room, I'm going to say anybody who's kind of drawn into that direction is going to make me a sanity roll right prior to me describing the scene.
I think that was me because I was speaking to William, wasn't I? So I think I'm going to be making that.
Oh,
Fear not.
Oh, I've made it, but hopefully I'm okay.
Yeah, I think we're all okay. But what we see here is something quite shocking. This obviously is a scene of terrible violence. And if I can just move it in here, we'll get this onto the scene. You can see that this is obviously the site of some great violence. You see two dead bodies. One of them, an older gentleman, heavily lined face. Looks like he has a lot of blood coming out of his shoulder, where he was indeed hit with by a shotgun. But he is simply kneeling on the floor with his head craned back, looking up towards the heavens, shall I say? And he seems to be propped up against a chair, so he hasn't really quite fallen over yet. And that looks pretty normal to you from what you can see. And that's not the most troubling part of this scene. The more troubling part is the young man. Hard to tell an age, but you would give him more than adolescent. I mean, except for that, it's so hard to make out because it looks like half of his body is disintegrated into nothing more than pulp and ash. His legs are kind of physically gone. His shoulders and elbows seem to be bent out at impossible angles, and there is a hollow look to his face, as if every bone in his head has been pulverized into a indistinguishable kind of structure. And you can see that this is something that just you cannot rationalize how this could happen to a human being. Maybe, I don't know, maybe there's a wire nearby, maybe he was electrocuted somehow, but that still wouldn't explain what has happened here and how this is how this body has got into this shape. The third thing that you'll notice right away from looking inside is this very old crate, this metal crate that seems to have fallen down. It looks like it may have been right on top of the mantelpiece behind it. It looks fairly unadorned, except for the kind of the very heavy, nice claw leg bases that it has on the end. And again, go ahead and make more spot hidden rolls as you're kind of taking into the scene. But you can kind of also sense from this
Just
box. So Hector,
Nice.
this box is drawing your attention. It's kind of too big to be an urn, but you see almost like similar type of ash that is maybe a part of the body on the floor. You see a little bit of ash like that kind of spilling out from the box, but that's not what the strangest part of this is that you could see that kind of where the opening would close on the box, there seems to be a line of thick paste or wax that is obviously cracked open because the box is open.
Sealed.
And it has a smell. It has this odd smell. You've never smelled a wax that smells like this. And that is what I am guessing. It is really at this point only Hector and William have perceived in there. And I think that as this is happening, both Sebastian and Billy are going to see that kind of Hector and William, they kind of stop in their tracks and they are transfixed just for a moment about what's happening in here.
I think I look away, and that's why I failed my spot hidden. Well, that's unusual.
I'm also going
What
to
did
say
you
you
say?
find a shotgun in the room as well, on the floor, next to this young man.
What do you see, both of you?
They're dead.
The old man himself.
They're dead.
Who's dead?
Perhaps is that Doctor? Is that Doctor Webb? And who? I have no idea who that could have been. I don't want to go anywhere. What about that box?
I back up, trying not to take my eyes off Billy, so I can have a quick glance through the door.
She's not pretty.
Now, keep a question. I built the bastion with the Great War veteran package we're creating, which allows an immunity when seeing corpses and gore. Is that allowed? If not, I'll take a sanity roll.
No, that's fine. I'll allow it. That's okay.
So, quick glance in, sees the bodies, does a double take, and then says, Hector, get the shotgun, please.
Oh, okay. And I'm looking back towards Billy, who I think is even younger than Hector. Don't come in. Don't come in here.
Oh, he's not going anywhere, Hector. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. He's going to empty his pockets now.
He's just a kid.
He's going to empty his pockets now, Hector. Well, you go and get that shotgun, William.
I look back. I'm looking back at this scene, and I'm not happy about going in there at all. But you know, the major is
focus on the focus on the task, Hector.
Okay.
The shotgun. Anything else doesn't matter.
Gingerly stepping up.
Nothing more.
Gingerly stepping over.
Artillery. Nothing more.
Yeah, and I reach down, grab the shotgun off the floor.
And as you
Well,
grab
not
the
to look at-
shotgun,
we don't do fingerprints too in this day and age. So.
as you pick up the shotgun from the floor, you also find a brown glove.
A brown glove. It doesn't look
Just on the
like.
floor.
It doesn't look like the one that Billy had in.
Have we just seen its partner?
Does it look like the one that Billy's got hanging out of his belt?
Well, I guess someone needs to break the news to Emily.
At this point, the hammer on the Webley is cocked.
Yeah.
Empty your pockets, Billy.
I told him not to bring the stupid gun.
Empty your pockets, Billy.
I pull a brass knuckle out.
Anything else? I suggest you don't try me, son.
A small pouch.
What did it contain?
Various small metal things, pieces of metal. Lockpicks.
I take it you are the uninvited guest?
No, he can't be. He's just a kid.
And Clem.
Who's the dead fella on the floor? Not the doctor.
Clem.
Do you know what happened here?
He got.
I suggest please don't lie to me. I've had
I
a
was
rather
over in another room. He got surprised by the doctor. I heard the shot. I came in. There was this huge blinding light and some screaming, and I got the hell out of there.
Well, I guess we need to restrain you and wait for the authorities to come here and arrest you for your transgressions.
Well, I was on my way out of
Very
here.
disappointed,
Oh,
Billy.
you.
Yeah, the doctor couldn't have done this to this guy. Could he?
I mean, have you ever seen a man be shot with a shotgun? I think he could have taken the side of him relatively easily at that range.
That's not a shotgun.
Well, I didn't really look that closely, to be honest.
Is anybody examining the doctor at all?
I don't think
I
Hector
don't
would
think
be.
I particularly want to.
I think Hector is trying to get out of the room.
William, Hector, do any of you know how to work a shotgun?
Well, that's a good question.
I mean, you hold the long end and you point it at someone and then... No, I have no interest in it. What we need to do is tie up this miscreant.
Does Billy know how to use a shotgun? Sorry.
Hey, I won't.
What sort of shotgun is it? Is it double barrel, pump, semi-automatic?
It's going to be a double barrel.
Yeah, 1920s.
And it looks like one barrel has been fired.
Yeah, if you open it up, you have one round in the other barrel.
And who currently has it? Is it Hector?
Yeah, I think Hector is probably holding it. Probably in the middle of the barrel there. He's not. He doesn't look
Hector.
particularly comfortable.
Hector, do a favor. Point the barrel at Billy. Keep your finger off the trigger. If he moves, pull the trigger. He'll go splat.
I think he's dead, Major. But I
will go and check
point
the
barrel.
I will go.
I'll point it at Billy. I point it at Billy. He's just a kid. He's just a kid, Major.
What'd I do?
But a kid.
Find some cord, curtain cord or something.
I told y'all what happened. I had nothing to do with it.
William, go and find some curtain cords if you want. I'm going to check the doctor to see if he is dead, alive, or whatever.
Right.
Step into the room.
Right. Yes. You don't move, or Hector will unleash fury upon you. I'm going to go looking for something to tie him up with.
William, be quick about it. I don't want you taking all night.
Some ropes or something.
Okay.
His shoes again.
Yeah, I'm looking at Billy. It'll be okay. It's okay.
I will go into the room.
Yeah.
Pass over artillery corpse. The Major thinks it's artillery corpse. It's got to be artillery because of some sort of explosive. He must have had dynamite, crack a safe or something. Boom, splat.
Yeah,
Check the doctor.
his jacket is still intact. What he's wearing is intact. It's just like up to his waist. That is everything from feet up to the waist is totally a mess.
Missing.
But the torso, the clothes are all kind of intact from up there. It's just almost like at that point the clothes were intact, but the inside of his body, the joints and the muscles and the bones even are just. You're not thinking implosion, but something kind of similar to that.
The Major's trying not to note that, but
Yes.
I would say that's more than a common or garden dead body.
shot.
Yeah, and you can go ahead and make either a medicine roll on the doctor or first aid if you prefer.
I have first aid of 40.
Each roll would give you something completely different, by the way, but whatever you use.
So I got 30 on the nose for first aid.
Perfect. Okay, so that will give you that. It doesn't look to you like that shot. I mean, it's a lot of buckshot. You hunt birds and geese and ducks with those types of rounds. And although there's a lot of blood from the pellets inside, there's not enough blood. The doctor didn't expire from blood loss. It just doesn't make sense. The blood is kind of it's congealed and it's kind of all messed up and stuff. But you're a military man. You know that is not the killing shot to this doctor.
And what may incompetence with the bird shot. Maybe it doesn't look like he's had a heart attack or
well, how would you? Okay, since you bring it up, it's what does a heart attack look like?
Well, he's not. Well, the measure he's not clutching his chest. He's not. His face doesn't show signs of hyperventilation. He's not looking like his great uncle did when he had one when he lost 200 pounds on the horses. You know, that's not the sort.
I'm going to say, you know what? He looks like somebody who lost 200 pounds on the horses. You're an experienced man. Yes, you can see that this was not the buckshot. Possibly he had some sort of the activities here may have caused some sort of heart failure.
Seizure.
Could be. Yes.
Apart from corpses and the box, is there anything else in the room?
Well, there's the jacket that clearly that Clem is.
I will
holding.
snoop the dead.
All right. And as you're kind of doing that, I want you to make a sanity roll as you kind of are just grasping everything that's happening in here, because you didn't really make one on this scene.
Okay. And I rolled 61 out of 60. Now I can't use luck on the SAM roll, can I?
No, you cannot. You cannot. So you are actually going to lose 3 points of sanity as you kind of are going through the body, and you're feeling like the arms, it's wrong. An arm the joint doesn't go, the fingers aren't like, this is totally something that is not something you've ever kind of seen before. But, as a reward for your sanity loss, you do find that there are a couple of extra shells for the shotgun. So there are two extra shells, which may give credence to Billy's story as to who had the shotgun. You find a wallet, which contains a single dollar bill, a gas coupon, and a small folded photograph. It's folded. It's a photograph, but it's folded in four.
Open up for.
Okay.
At this stage, Sebastian's just repeating the word artillery. Artillery. Got to be artillery. Got to be artillery. You've seen worse. Remember the Germans. Remember the Germans. He's looting. He's rattling the shotgun shells. He's one-handed opening the folded.
And he's holding a photo of Mary Laker eating a cotton candy at a local fair. Mary Laker, was the waitress at Orchard Rock.
Oh, down the diner.
Blinks, remembers. The plot thickens. Stuffs shells and photograph into his bulging pockets. The diary, the car keys. He's turning into a kleptomaniac. Is there anything he thinks about emptying the wallet, but instead puts it back on the center of the kid's chest and tucks the dollar bill into the runes of the hand? Well, you need it to pay the ferryman, so is there anything else in this room that catches my eye again?
You can try one more. I'll allow another spot hidden roll if you like.
Okay. That is odd 7. Why did I get that?
What is your POW?
My POW for the major is 80.
Okay. Then I'm going to say that this, as you're looking around and going there, this box, this coffer, is troubling you deeply. Are you approaching it? Did you go to search that? Did you look for that at all?
I noticed it, but obviously the strangeness of the corpses took my attention. I approach it cautiously.
Just a box on the floor. Good man, get a hold of yourself, Major. I don't know. The box on the floor. You do because of you do sense something from this box that is. It's giving you the heebie-jeebies. It is not. You are in tuning with the box in a way that is making you feel quite uncomfortable.
And it's spilt. Is that correct? It's been knocked off and spilt, and it was sealed with wax. Is it partially open? Can I use my boot to push it closed against the desk?
Yeah, well, whatever spilled out obviously is just, it's like, it wouldn't be what the box was containing. It would have been debris that the box had it when it was containing whatever it was containing in it. So I'd say go ahead and roll me a sanity as you try to touch this with your foot.
Please get on the 60. Please give them 60. I rolled a 33.
Okay. Something about this box is absolutely revolting to you. As you try to touch it, you just get this image of something that there's something so totally wrong here. Take yourself another sanity loss just because you've never felt this way about a box before.
Okay, so I'm down to 56.
You are not comfortable spending much more time with this box.
I am going to...
who else is in the room while this is happening, by the way?
I think I've been told to step outside and watch Billy, so I don't think I'm actually in the room. Yeah. But I'll be near the door.
Over to see what's going on, but I can't see what's going on.
And Billy is kind of anxious not to get in the room. I think he kind of want to avoid that room at all costs.
Okay.
And William is going to search for curtains.
Yeah.
Was searching for, sorry?
The curtain cords, I think. Yeah, you muted there, John.
Oh.
Yep, sorry. So I'll be looking for anything I can tie him up with. If I can't find anything in the house, then I'll probably go back out to the garage.
All right. What is your POW?
My POW is, I think it's 70. 75.
Okay, so if you weren't searching in this house anymore, if you weren't searching kind of in this room, you were searching in the other room. I'm going to say probably the kitchen. I don't know that there would be any rope there. If you were thinking of finding strips and clothes in another one of the rooms, you might find something. I'm just wondering if you didn't perhaps find something else along the way. So, do you want to tell me where exactly you were searching in this house? And I've revealed the map again.
Sure. So I guess I would try the kitchen if there's like a utility cupboard or something like that. Open the door and say, "Oh, that's outside. That's a covered porch. There won't be anything. Unlikely to be anything there. This is like a washing line or something."
Mm-hmm.
We can't find anything there. I'd go back to probably the next room would be Dr. Webb's study.
All right, so go ahead and you can
study.
make me definitely a spot hidden roll for that study for sure.
Okay.
Oh,
I'll do the luck.
all right. Okay. So I'm going to say, I mean, this study is also very well kept, very well organized. You can see a lot of Dr. Webb's old personal letters and records. You see some largely out-of-date books on medicine here. You see a small library on the natural history of New England. And you see as well there is a sturdy locked bureau that you can't open because it is locked. But you smell something odd, a strange odor coming from it, maybe.
Probably put my nose a bit closer and have a sniff. It was a strange smell.
It's like maybe an ointment or a wax that you're not familiar with. There's a pungent smell seems to come out of that desk.
Are there any curtain sashes? Probably not. There's a fireplace in there, isn't there? I might take up a poker just in case Billy starts getting a bit rowdy. Not that I can do anything with it, but I can probably keep him at bay.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then I guess the next step would be Dr. Webb's bedroom.
Okay, sure.
Maybe some sheets. That's it. We'll just time up some sheets. That'll be fine.
100%. But you can make a spot hidden roll for this room as well. Okay.
Straight in, grab the sheet. Now again.
Excellent. Okay. So you're bringing back a poker and a sheet to the other room.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So while that's going on,
Yes.
Hector he reaches into his pocket, clumsily pulls out this crumpled pack of cigarettes and tries to draw one out. Offers one to Billy.
I'll walk over and take one.
Yeah.
Don't get too close.
So he was your friend, was he?
Yeah.
Close friend or
We were going to be the next, Capone.
Bonnie and Clyde?
Well, that was the one that I came to mind first, but I was like,
it was. Yeah.
Clem's not a girl.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Didn't you? What's the debt? No, didn't you? Wouldn't be.
Okay. And I took the shotgun under my arm and light the cigarettes for both of us.
Because it's like I've never smoked one before.
Oh yeah, it's just because we're like
cool about it, and it's not working.
So you didn't see anything at all? What
there was this flash of light. Then Clem started screaming, and I just got out. I didn't know what to do.
Hi, and did you think
I figured Webb pulled the gun off of him, but I don't understand about that big flash of light, and it kept flashing over and over and over as I was running.
A flash of light? What color was it?
I don't know. It would happen about the same time as lightning, but I mean, it wasn't the lightning. It was too bright.
Because I mean, he's kind of describing what we were seeing outside.
Only you've noticed that bright light will disappear when there is lightning close by. It's never around with the lightning when you guys saw it.
Yeah.
Was there a color to it? Because I don't remember us discussing
Right.
that.
It was very, very
Just
bright.
a very bright white.
Bright light. It was
an
artificial white.
It was the amalgamation of all colors together.
Yeah. So white.
Very bright.
There's like every color in white.
Yes.
Yes. You can
It's
imagine
all the other
every
colors
single
except for
coming
white,
together.
all coming together to make white.
We saw a flash. We've been seeing a flash several times tonight. Have you seen anything else like that?
Not until tonight.
I mean, it didn't look like lightning. It didn't look like lightning.
No, but then it didn't sync up with any of the lightning either. It's like it disappeared when the lightning hit.
How could it have hit him indoors?
Is that like flash powder or something in that container?
I'm trying to sway you, Hector. The criminal mind is devious.
William. Yeah, and then kind of remembering, I kind of bring the shotgun up again. Just kind of shrug at Billy.
And William, you would have found that the house is completely wired.
How to hold that better?
So you would have found tons of stuff probably to tie up Billy with, but it's all live electrical wires, and there are plenty of them kind of going through the house as if, like this was almost made. It was like, the first house in this area to have a generator with lighting, and they were just like putting everything together that they could into it because,
it's like at the middle of the staircase and things rather than staircase
along the walls and up
into the walls.
Goes up to the the bulbs on top.
Yeah. And painted over probably, right?
Obvious crown molding along the side.
Right, come on, put your hands on your back.
I don't think he's going to be any trouble, William.
I just want to know what happened to my friend.
That's fine, but let's just make sure Mr. Brass Knuckles doesn't get up to any. Or try to take advantage of us. Come on.
I'll put it back in my pocket.
The Major who's been listening to this, he's been in the doorway, been bumbling or turning over in his hands a silver cigarette case, just feeling it tapping against his leg, deep in thought.
And you know what? As you do that, actually, and you were kind of near the doctor, I'm going to say you want maybe you have, thinking about that, you were looking for a lighter somewhere, and as you're examining Dr. Webb, just to kind of see if you can find a light on him, you do notice that he does have a pocket watch on him, and opening it up to check the time, you notice that a key falls out. There was a key that was kind of like placed inside.
Ooh.
Is it a small key, like a bureau key?
Correct, perhaps, yes.
This seems
so, Major, somebody is going to go and need to tell Amelia what's happened to her father. And she liked you a lot more than me, is what I'm going to say.
The Major lets out
This is
a stream of colourful adjectives describing not only William, his great-grandfather and his penchant for barnyard animals. And then flicks the key at him at just annoyance, holds the photograph up to Billy and says, you best tell her beau is dead. Puts it vigorously in his chest and storms off to tell Amelia that her grandfather, assuming that she is conscious or able to be roused, her grandfather is dead as a parrot.
No, just write her a note. Fine.
We are not going to tell her by note. Stay here, guard the prisoner, do what you want with it.
Major, Billy, who was talking about a flash of light before, when his friend, when that happened.
Flash of light, like what we've been seeing.
Yes.
From where? From outside?
No, here in the room.
No.
Tell him, Billy. Tell him.
It came from inside the house.
Inside the house?
Yeah,
Which room?
where they were fighting. Clem was screaming.
Like a flare, or
I'm like a big, maybe that stuff is flash powder that you said was coming out of the box. Can we go look at it?
Magnesium or something?
I mean, wouldn't magnesium just go up in air?
I don't know, I'm not a scientist. I just know you use it for photos.
no, it would burn. It would burn. And this bright light, completely white, almost artificial.
Every color.
It was like all colors in one.
Don't start.
Okay.
It was weird.
A gunshot or something.
Where is this conversation
Where did you
happening?
find-
In which of the rooms?
I think we're just in the hallway.
Hallway,
Just in the door,
In the
yeah.
hallway. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not
Just
like
out
a
of the
huge
room.
house. So.
Bob's room next to us in the hallway. I assume Amelia's room is still next to the door.
And being fastidious, I kind of realised that this key probably goes with the bureau. So, well, I'll put it in there just so people don't lose it. And if while I'm there, I kind of like think I just want to twist it a little bit and just out of curiosity find out what that smell was.
Yeah, you can definitely open up the drawer. If you're opening up the drawer, definitely you'll see that there's at least $600 in cash that seems to be stacked on the side. You also find an account book.
That there.
Yeah, that's mine. I left it there earlier.
I did a reverse robbery. I forced him to take $600 and put it there. You do find a bank account book for the Arkham First National Bank, and the source of the smell, laying atop a black leather-bound journal, is this pot of nothing. That it's wax ointment, and it's kind of this like brown pot of wax ointment that you see above this journal. It is pungent, the smell.
So William didn't go into the room where the bodies were, did he? No. So, but would he have smelt that smell if he hadn't
I thought
stepped
William
into the room?
did kind of was at the entranceway. So.
Well, he looked into the room and then turned away and
So
walked
he
towards the
might have gotten.
You could certainly put those two together at this point.
Yeah.
Okay,
it
so there was a
doesn't
smell in that
seem
room.
medical. It's not like an ointment that a doctor would like. It doesn't smell. At least if it does, if that's what the doctor uses, you don't want to see that doctor.
It's like what's it? A cloth or something. Just like dip it in the ointment and see what happens to it.
Okay, so as you lift the as you're lifting the pot out, you see maybe there's some residue at the bottom where it's laying on the leather-bound journal, and so the journal kind of opens up to the first page as you, or it opens up as you take the pot up. You open up the pot, and it does seem to be this wax ointment, and you have a journal in front of you that's also opened.
Read the book. Read.
Oh, am I funneling?
I guess I'm in yes.
Am I looking at maybe another hour and a half to this adventure and trying to funnel at this point?
Yeah, okay, no, it's fine. I read. I am curious. What was going on in that room? What was in the back? I did see the box. I was like, oh, maybe there's something in there of interest. Let's have a
All right. Let's see. Okay. So you notice that the majority of the journal seems to be blank, except for the innermost pages. And I'm going to expose it so that it can be read in a very inconvenient way, unfortunately for everybody. Let's just see if this works. Page 1, page 2, and page 3. So I did at least put it out a bit.
Ooh. Okay,
and I don't know if anybody else can see it well and wants to read it out for our audience, because otherwise I'm going to have to put on my glasses and do a very poor job. In fact, reading something was one of the first things I did for IMT in an adventure, and they have since asked me never to read text ever again. And it was the letter that we had received at your run adventure, which I loved, which was... it was Free League's game.
Oh, Vassen.
It was Vassen, yes. And
Vassen.
I had to read it as Vlad,
Vlad.
So it was very difficult for me. So somebody else will do that.
I'll give it a go. The useful, if unorthodox resident of the casket, our Sin Eater, is, as far as I can ascertain, no creature currently known to science. Where it came from and when I do not know, nor did my predecessors from whom I inherited it, although it is undoubtedly many centuries old, if not more. Its uses have been many over the years, although it has predominantly been employed to rid certain local socially conscious families of unwanted offspring, be they the result of centuries of inbreeding, unfortunate accidents, or other unwholesome activities. The legality of the creature's use is debatable. Its efficacy is not, even in such cases where death by other means proved intractable. My conscience in this matter, and that of those who came before me, is clear. For many of the children would never have survived regardless, given their deformities or other less obvious abnormalities. As for the text, the Lord does not suffer such blasphemies to live. As in all things, safety first. Should the Sin Eater escape its confines, then the only way to recall it is to provide it with a suitably prepared patient, such that it becomes satiated and lethargic and willingly returns to its coffer. Inscribe the spiral mark shown in blood, preferably the patient's, but not essential, on the patient's forehead. The patient does not need to be a child, but it must be human and, naturally, alive at the point of contact. Experiments with animals and corpses carried out by my antecedents were apparently most unsatisfactory. If the patient is conscious, then they will need to be suitably restrained. Once all preparations are complete, perform the recitation as phonetically transcribed below and permit the Sin Eater to perform its duties, after which it will return to its casket. Once it is within, close the lid and seal it immediately with a liberal application of the aromatic wax ointments. Eya, hej makesh mene, sak mizef, kaisi, renizan, nakan watij, ni sej naima. I was taught the Sin Eater can be summoned and directed to seek out a person at some distance. If the correct phraseology is used, this being subtly different to the procedure previously noted, requiring modification to the symbol pattern and phrasing. I detail this below, but warn... trails off.
Excellent.
And there the text goes off.
Wow. So...
I'll bring it up to the others. I mean, I'm not going to hoard it.
I then assume you data dump.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
And I data dump it. I'm paraphrasing.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone else have a look at it. The he was a madman.
Clearly.
Look, that picture on the third page, that's the amulet that was around her neck.
Amelia's neck?
Yes. When we ran her over, when she ran into my car, she had this tied around her neck.
Remind me, what did the book say about the amulet?
It does. I don't think it really does. It just says that we should scribe that symbol on the forehead of whatever we're going to use to bring the Cinématique back from where it's been roaming around or whatever madness.
Oh, what is a Cinématique? I've never heard of such a thing.
So if it attacked Clem and there's no symbol, would it attack her? She's wearing the symbol.
I think it's gone further afield. We're not entertaining such stupid ideas. Maybe the symbol protects her, and she has an amulet. But if we were to take this at face value, there was a struggle. The box broke somehow. This sin eater thing escaped, and then has been flying around the woods, looking for more sin to eat.
And it appears that the good doctor and his predecessors were using it to perform
some form of illegal abortions
or virgin. I mean, I suppose that's why if we believe it attacked Clem, it attacked below the belt. I mean, so was it assuming that Clem, that I usually eat whatever. Ladies.
It said that they used it to get rid of children with deformities. They must have been born. I don't think it's what you say. You're saying it is. I think these children were born and they were alive when.
Seems a rather elaborate way when you could just drown them, but maybe this salvages their conscience in some way.
You hear a sharp scream coming from outside, from somewhere in front of the house.
Oh.
I turn and look.
Where are you that you're turning and looking?
I think I was still in the doorway.
I think we're still we're in the main entrance.
We're still in the hallway.
All right. We're quite close to the.
Okay, so if whoever is the main entrance and looking out the door are going to see the following two people. Let me. You see. No, that's not the images of them. You see Sam Keelam from the Orchard Run, as well as Mary Laker, huffing and puffing and running behind them. You see this bright light seem to be moving at an impossible pace, and unfortunately for poor old Sam, he stumbles and he falls and he goes, Mary, and Mary just turns back and is almost about to turn around and reach him, but this light seems to creep closer to Sam and with tendrils reaches out and touches his legs and starts to imbue and there's horrible scream from it. Everybody make me sanity rolls now as you're watching this in the distance, and Mary is taking a beeline, wet and cold and coming through the door. Okay, William, unfortunately, you're going to be rolling 1d4 plus 1. I'll allow you to to roll that to subtract that from your sanity. If you get 5, I believe something intelligent or interesting happens to you. But I think that's only if you. No, I think you have to make now. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, intelligence
lose
roll.
the sanity, and then the intelligence roll after that, depending on how much you lose.
Okay, well, any further sound? Oh, okay.
Okay, wow. So make an, make an
About
intelligence roll, please, for us. You're making me work.
He doesn't. He's not holding a gun, right?
No.
No.
Isn't it if he fails it?
Yeah, he didn't fail
He
it.
doesn't, he doesn't realize.
Oh,
what
you
he's
have been
seen.
very lucky today.
But instead, he.
All right.
No.
He knows full well.
You go mad.
Exactly. You needed to fail this one. So go ahead. There's the bout of men. Okay. Roll.
Bouts of madness.
Okay. Roll
Well, I
1d10.
Hang on, just take my
Get it
sanity
quick.
down. 1d10. Nope, that was
There's a
me.
lot of d10s. You can just roll one of them. There's the percentile dice, and then there's the plain 1d10 dice, the third one in.
Yeah, I just make sure it shows on this split. 9!
A phobia. You gain a new phobia. Or you could choose one. Okay, yes, you are afraid of not darkness, if you want. But since that's not going to help us now, you could, for
Afraid of
fun,
not
roll the D100. We'll just see what it brings to you. What's your new phobia? In case it'll have any bearing on the rest of this.
18.
89. So it is 160. All right, 160 tells us. This is a good way to prove that I actually own the book and I'm looking through it.
It's a very nice book, actually. The Call of Cthulhu 7th edition rulebook. It's very beautifully put together, I think.
Yeah, but suddenly it was Kickstarter.
Yeah, it's not like we're not shills for Chaosium at all. We're just saying they make very nice things.
And if you have money to spare, the special edition.
Oh, that is a special looking book. Yeah.
So 89 on the table of traumas indicates that you now have a fear of bulls. For some reason.
Bulls.
Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, it makes total sense.
Or you could say you have a fear of bull S, if you prefer. Okay, well, look, we've rolled some dice. We played.
It's like a fear of lightning or something.
So
that might be
this
appropriate.
has traumatized you, and you were a kid, and you remember that there was this bull that was rushing towards you, and all of a sudden, in a dream, the light came on.
Can we not set like thunderstorms or something?
I think that would make sense, wouldn't it?
I think so, yes. So we'll change it to
lightning,
thunderstorms.
fear of lightning or something.
It makes sense.
Every time the
But
thunder goes off, you're like,
as
You
the
roll down the
tendrils
hill,
seem to come in, and thankfully for Mary, she's not looking back. But everybody else, did anybody else fail their sanity rolls?
I didn't, but I kind of feel like an involuntary action might be appropriate.
I think, everybody who failed will still lose 1 sanity, obviously. And as you notice, you're transfixed and you watch the light of
give me
the
the re-
tendrils. Sorry?
Sorry, everyone that succeeded loses 1.
Loses 1, yes.
Okay.
So obviously I've lost 5 in one hit. So that's a bout of madness. So what's my bout of madness I do for 1d?
Well, so that's it. So you rolled on the table because you rolled 9. It's a permanent phobia. The bout of madness could have been. So had you not rolled that high, it would have been either running, forced to run away. It would have been paranoia. You could have triggered violence or amnesia. There's a few other things, but you triggered a phobia. You gain a new phobia. So at this, or if you'd like to role play running away, that's also fine. But you're not going to run outside; you'll be more inside the house. So I'll let you thematically take that. But as these tendrils go through, the light seems to engorge itself within the body and you could see the tendons and the joints kind of snapping in different directions as this light seems to go and consume it, and you can see eyes are kind of melting out of the sockets as the light seems to kind of brightly go through the mouth and the nose and the ears and all the orifices, and as the light burns away or melts the eyes away, the light goes through them as well, and you could hear that Sam has stopped screaming, but until that point he was kind of thrashing about wildly, and his body was like kind of going up 3 feet into the ground and down again, up 3 feet into the ground as he's screaming, and Mary's not even looking, and she just kind of rushes in towards everybody and closes the door and has her back against the door, and that kind of cuts the scene where you no longer see the death of poor Sam Keelan at the as this light seems to have almost completely consumed him. She goes, dead light! It's there, it's out there, it's crazy! You don't know what it did to poor Winfred and everybody at the orchard! Oh my God! What is happening? What is that? And you hear a crack of lightning from somewhere outside, and then everything just goes silent again, and she's just screaming hysterically. She has the bout of madness. She's inconsolable. And as she looks over, and as she looks over, she's screaming.
We're losing you there.
Oh, you can't hear me because of the screaming.
Okay, that's all.
Yeah.
Basically, sorry, he's screaming, Billy, what happened to Clem? What the hell happened here? What did you guys do? What did that idiot do?
You noticed, boy.
What?
I show him the picture.
That's what you're concerned about? There's a thing out there. It's this light. It's consuming everything.
Yeah, this was not a
you
good
know what we need to do?
We're all dead.
If you know him, this makes things very awkward.
What he means is you become a widow and you've lost your job in the same night.
No. What I mean is, if you know Billy, this is going to get very awkward because we need to use him as a sacrifice to get rid of that light thing.
Hey.
Sacrifice?
No.
What are you talking about?
You caused this. You have to pay the penalty.
I didn't cause this.
No one
caused
in this. You not. He has to be alive. He has to be alive, Major. He has to be alive. But
I forgot. We are
mobile.
We are actually going to, from here, go into a quick break because I realize that we're on the top of the hour, which means people are going to lose 3 minutes of us. So we are going to take a brief 5-minute break, and we will be back. I believe when we last left our intrepid investigators, there was some talk about sacrificing Billy. So I'm keen to move on to where that was, because I kind of feel like the group is doing my job for me already.
Yeah, I'm keen to encourage this.
We need a sacrifice. As for the book, we need to draw on someone's head and read the words out, and somebody needs.
She ain't exactly a virgin sacrifice, but.
What are you guys talking about? What is that thing out there?
It just ate somebody. It's someone's technically been sacrificed. You can use the blood to make the symbol, right?
No, they're already dead. It has to be a live person.
Isn't there blood coming out of that?
One thing I know.
He was alive.
Is law. I know the law. I know rules, and I know procedures. And these procedures are very clear.
And he just
needs to be alive.
He doesn't sound. By the way, he's not sounding rational. Anybody who's listening to William now has clearly suffered some sort of mental insanity break, because this is sounding nuts to everybody here.
I don't know how long it needs to wait in between feeds, but it needs to feed, and it will need to feed, and it will come to one of us. And to do that, it's going to come to the one with the biggest sins, and you, Billy, have probably got the most sins because you're a thief. So it's probably going to get you first anyway. So all we're going to do is we're going to get we can steal a march on it by sacrificing you in advance, and then it will go back in the box, and we can steal the box, and then we can forget all about this.
Who has the lowest luck?
I don't want to look at that.
That's pretty low.
Yeah.
59.
Not so bad actually.
Can I roll fast talk on that?
68.
All right, so 59 is the winner. Go
Can I
ahead and
roll
roll
fast
luck.
talk on my luck score?
Billy, what's your luck score? 45?
45.
Oh, you're rolling luck.
Yeah. I'm way lower than everybody else, I'm pretty sure, but
So while William's going off on his little tirade, I think Hector wants to go gingerly through that room to the window. He's looking out of the window, trying to spot where this thing is and where it's going.
Right.
I just want to keep an eye on it, just so that, see if it's actually coming to the house or whether it's wandering back off into the woods or
okay,
whatever.
so if you're, which room are you checking it out from?
It's the one that is right next to him, so it's the one where the bodies are.
Okay. So, and what is your POW?
My POW, it's ridiculously high. Do you want me to roll?
No, I just want to know what it is.
It's 70.
70. So you are absolutely not getting anywhere near that back window where the dead body is in the box, because that box is making you feel very uncomfortable.
No,
so
I'm heading straight to this one that's pointing out of the front, because I guess that's where that's where Mary came in from the front, right?
Exactly. And I'm going to say that you could see this light, and it's kind of moving amorphously, snaking its way towards the cottage. You could see that there is a light in the front that's illuminating the front that has this wire hanging out from it, and you could see that this light seems to kind of, as it's approaching the light, it seems to shrink down a bit and kind of contort itself to go towards the corner of the door where the light is not shining, and it seems to be penetrating the door. And as it's penetrating the door, you could hear Mary scream out almost in pain, and she goes forward. Okay. She rushes forward. She's like, what's that? And before that, she had her back to the door, and anybody who's in the doorway can see this bright light. It starts to kind of come through the cracks of the wooden door and fill it with this bright light. It seems to be moving slowly in. However, the person with the lowest luck was supposed to roll me something, and that would be Billy.
No sacrifice.
I'm supposed to roll my luck?
Yes, please. Yeah, that group luck, I believe, is the person with the lowest luck rolls it. That is a group luck roll.
Oh, okay.
And as that happens, we're going to say you could hear the generator sputtering a bit, as if it's maybe, you see the lights are dimming from the generator. As the lights seem to dim on the generator, what you're observing outside, Hector, is that the light, as the light dimmed a bit, as the light bulbs seem to dim a bit by the fuel that seems to be running very low on this generator, you see the light get a little bit bigger, a little bit bolder, it's not as hesitant anymore. But the lights then come on again, and it slinks, and then everybody sees it running through the door. The light is coming through the door. And you know what? I think at this point we are going to start in an initiative order, because I think this is I think this is going to be we have a next actor round 1, but where are my actors? My actors are here. So I'm going to allow each person to decide. Oh, I didn't drop them in. That's poor form. That might explain why. Let's see if we can put them all in there.
Now, where is?
And Jacob, I'll change. It's Jacob. We have to change your name, and my apologies for that. But the first one is Sebastian, actually.
A moment. Sebastian stood there for a moment. Then he rushes into the other room and picks up the box, the evil box, and then rushes back, seeing if it will.
But you have an 80 POW.
That's not.
So go ahead and make me a sanity roll. Oh, sorry, make me a POW roll. We'll make you make a POW roll on this.
Okay, power roll. I got.
Hint: you want to fail.
No, I didn't fail.
As you reach out to reach this box and hold it, it seems like almost like an insurmountable weight. You know inside you are very attuned to these otherworldly things. You have a special receptive ability to understand that these things are very special. And I am going to roll this because it'll just be fun for me to roll the 1d12 sanity loss that you take, and that is 10, which means that you get to roll 1d10 on the table.
Holy
shit! This is just too much. And we are playing this as written, people.
Okay, 1d10.
Oh my god.
What's your sanity, by the way?
Well, I'm down now to 45. So 45.
So you've rolled 53, and you've lost 10. That's a fear.
Yeah, it's about a madness, I think, right?
Yeah.
Or is it a fear?
We did it for a 5 anyway, so yeah.
So I rolled on the table, and I d10, and I rolled a 6.
You faint, and you can roll 1d10 rounds. That's when you're coming back. Quick! Somebody draw a symbol on his forehead. Do not tell us the result of this 1d10. Tell me when you come back. Okay?
Oh my god.
100%. I hope you rolled low because I want you to continue playing and having fun. But Hector, you see right away that Sebastian rushes in the room. We need the box. We gotta get the box. And he picks up the box, and he's transfixed with it, almost like he's like, I understand everything now. And then he just collapses. The box drops all over him again. There's more dust and debris and ash that falls on him, and he looks like he's out cold. But before you can react to it, we're going to allow William to take his action.
I'm going to go to the kitchen and get a knife.
Because a madman with a knife always improves the situation.
We need to get blood. We need to get blood from the sacrifice.
All right, okay, you're rushing into the kitchen. That is good. Hector, now you've seen this happen, and it is your turn.
So I was looking out of the window at this light. I'm shouting, he's coming for the house. And then I see Sebastian kind of claps behind me. Major's unwell. And I'll rush towards the Major to see if he's okay.
Okay, I'll allow you a first aid roll if you'd like.
I don't.
Okay, you don't want to do a first aid roll? What would you like then? How would you like?
No, I don't know. I don't even know what my first aid is. Let me have a. Oh no, we this is a thing. And I made it. 24.
Wow. Okay.
Out of 30. I needed a 30.
Yeah. Excellent. So you are able to rouse Sebastian, and he will be able to be working next round. But let's see he just fainted. So yes, You can. By the way, out of curiosity, what did you roll?
I rolled an 8.
Oh my god.
So Hector, very good move for Hector. Wow, this is getting exciting. All right, but that is your action, and now we're going to Billy. Billy, Mary is like, she rushes towards you. She's clinging to you. She's hanging to you. Billy, you gotta save me. I don't know what that thing is, but it's this bright light. It killed everybody. It's the world ending. It's all over. Billy, do something. I know. Get Clem's shotgun. Shoot it. You're on mute. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
Or very low. Sorry. You backed up. Try again.
Did he? I switched over to push to talk. So
There we go.
Is it?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah, that's great. Thank you.
Yeah.
So did he hand me the shotgun when he was
who?
off to help his friend?
No, I think Hector had gone into the room just to have a look out of the window. So I think he's probably still holding onto the shotgun, but
You might have dropped it when you went to go to see.
but perhaps when the major was ill, I probably dropped it next to me to rouse the major, I guess.
So
Yeah.
and I will say I don't know who's going to be the sacrifice, but it's not going to be.
Yeah, sorry. So I'm having trouble hearing. So what are you doing?
And so it's not working. I say I don't know who's going to be the sacrifice, but it's not going to.
Yeah.
So what, you picked up the shotgun? I'm not catching what he said. Is that me?
He said he's not going to be the sacrifice, but he didn't say what action.
No, he didn't say that.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. So what action are you taking? Is there a shotgun that's physically now on the ground close to you?
And now we can't hear you.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. He is very soft. Let's take off push to talk, and let's up the gain a bit, because
we'll just go with it. Don't worry.
I think this is a critical point.
I think it probably is.
It might be important to hear what you're going to do. Although I know it's not going to help.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, much better. Thank you. Yes. Okay.
Is that working?
Yeah,
all right.
That's all good. Thank you.
So yeah, I'm good. If I've been following Hector around because he's had the shotgun on me, then when he went to the window, I went with him. When he turned around and dropped the gun, I picked it up.
Okay, so because we're in initiative rounds, we're going to say that he went there. You're in the hallway. Mary's clinging to you because she's going at the same round that you are. You could see this light kind of coming through the floor, the gaps in the hole where the wood is. It seems to be coming through cracks in the wood on the door as well. It's getting pretty bright. You have the shotgun in your hand. You know there's at least one round in there.
And I tell everybody, I don't know who's going to be the sacrifice, but it ain't going to be me.
And you're firing at the white light?
I could try. I don't know. We can see what happens. I'm going to have to add firearm to this thing. Does anybody know what the base firearm should be?
20.
But it's not there, so I'm just...
You can roll a percentile dice in fantasy grounds. You like.
There it goes.
All right, no worries. Are you?
The long book to spend.
Are you pushing that roll?
Good thing it was a floor. You know, I will. I will push that roll.
All right. Even worse. So what happens is this: you hit straight on at the door.
No!
You see the door, the buckshot go through the door. You see it hit the white light without any problem at all. Like, you can't miss. It's right in front of you. But now there are these little spots open in the door, and you can see these bright light tendrils coming through. And as it comes through, it looks like they're reforming again into an entire one entity. And that will bring us up to its moving through the door. We are back up at Sebastian.
I roused myself.
You have been roused. You did not rouse yourself. But yes.
From my position, I take my Webley and aim to shoot Biddy in the back. To cripple it. Aiming to cripple him.
You want to cripple Vinny?
No,
Billy?
not Vinny. That's the other game.
Oh, thank you. That's what I'm trying to hear. Sorry.
So I'm going to aim to incapacitate Billy.
Okay. Billy, you have not taken an action this turn. I believe that means you're allowed to dodge.
So I will roll.
Not a good roll.
No. You rolled he failed, so all you need is a success to hit him.
So rolling my firearms handgun, which is 28. So that's a success.
All right.
And it is sorry, remind me. It's been a while since. So it's a Webley stealth loader, so it counts as a 45 semi-automatic. So that's D10 plus 2. So yeah.
Ooh.
So D10 plus 2 for a plum total of 9.
Whoa. Ow. Jeez. How does Billy look?
That was out of 15, so that's pretty major.
That was pretty major.
So
Yeah, that's 6 current.
Okay. So where have you been hit, Billy?
I mean, if he's shooting at my back, probably in the back.
All right. Okay. You've been shot in the back. You feel this searing pain coming through you, only you know it's not the white light because it's in front of you. As you've tried to shoot at it, you're now out of ammunition in your shotgun. It's a good thing you still have your brass knuckles.
Yep.
Okay, Sebastian, anything else that Sebastian is doing at this point? And I'm going to say, Hector, you see Sebastian shooting like at the hallway. You don't see at what from where you are.
Okay.
Because you are more at the window, but you hear that and you hear somebody cry out, "Ow!" Or, "You shot me!" Or, well, what does he hear? Billy, you've been shot. What does he hear?
Ow! Shoot that! Why are you shooting me?
sacrifice doesn't have to be voluntary.
All right, we are at
Isn't a major wound a constitution check to stay awake?
Yeah, sure. Let's 100%. Major wounds. Thank you for reminding us. Let's go ahead and do that.
I'll roll it.
Yay.
Wow, that's an extreme success.
Wow.
You're very hardy. You're very stocky. It's just a flesh wound.
He really does not want to be a sacrifice, this man.
So, William, you are in the kitchen. You have this big, large... You could choose. It could be a big, large, sharp, like pointy knife, or you know, you can have a meat cleaver. It's a well-stocked kitchen.
Pointy, I need to draw blood.
All right. Okay. Very good.
And then I go back out of the hallway and say, a sign!
Okay, you're coming out with this knife?
Well, Billy's on the floor. I mean, it's pretty much on a plate for me.
Mary's, what are you doing? What are you doing to Billy? Don't do that. What are you doing to Billy?
You need to save us all. It's the only way. Obviously, I guess there's plenty of his blood lying around, so I actually need the knife in my hand.
Okay, I guess. So you are, Billy, you've kind of used your action, I think, to do dodge. I mean, go ahead. I mean, this is too good not to allow you to react to. You see this person
I basically roll him over and then draw on his head in the blood. I mean, you can always fight back. It's a fighting brawl check.
Yeah. If you want to try to dodge him as he's.
I can roll brawl, or am I?
Well, again, you've already used your action to dodge. Oh no, it's a new turn. That's right. No, you used it.
No. Yeah.
You've already used it too. So, is there another action for him?
I don't know that I can do anything.
All right, you can role play at least. I'll let you do that.
I mean, I did, but my constitution, I'm not on the ground because I rolled.
Yeah.
So I guess William is leaping at him to try and knock him down. Is that the?
Yeah, you're sticking your hand in his back where the bullet went in and taking blood and trying.
Well, I'm probably kind of grabbing him behind and.
So go ahead, make a brawl.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. It's a brawl.
So you get to fight back here, though, regardless of whether you use your action. Do you know?
Okay. And I'm going to push it.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Push. I'm push thing. You can spend luck, but you can't push.
I think on attack rolls you can't. I'm just wondering if you wouldn't have advantage, like a bonus die on this. So we'll let you do with a bonus die. He has just been shot.
Yeah, okay. I'll just roll it again.
All right.
Spend luck.
All right. Okay. So you managed to kind of grapple him, tackle him, or whatever the maneuver is allowing you to do. Go ahead and describe it.
So basically grab him from behind and trying to draw on his head. Circle with the square in the middle.
Okay.
Well, he's probably trying to throw me off.
All right. Okay. Billy, you're feeling a sticky substance being drawn on your, and all the time Mary's like, "What are you doing? Are you nuts? You crazy? That's the thing over there. We gotta get rid of that."
And at the same time, I'm kind of reading the thing. It's not on the page at the moment, but I'm a lawyer. I'm used to quickly remembering things and being able to negotiate them. So, and also quite deranged. So I'm probably
quite deranged at this point.
I can't see it on the page at the moment, but if you can.
Of course, I'll pop that up again. I'll be happy to. It's
Thanks. Just the third page. There we go. Ja, ich mag das Mini. Chef, I see you in this thing. The car washing this thing.
All right. Okay, Hector, you see this strange ritual being performed. Well, you don't. You kind of don't yet. You hear the words of this ritual coming out, and as it's coming out, there seems to be this deeper, more rooted, otherworldly voice coming out of what you're sure is William, because it has that inflection, it has that arrogance to it, dare I say. as it's incanting these ancient words of power, and you could see that there's something infused in William, some insanity that is fueling these words even more and bringing more potency to this exclamation. But you don't quite see what else is happening. But you do hear the struggle. You do hear Billy going like, what's going on? And you can still hear Mary saying, what are you doing? You're nuts. You're all crazy. I should have let the white light have me. This is nuts. And it is your turn.
Yeah, so I guess Hector, I get up. I go to the door and because I can hear something happening out here. William seems to be doing something. I can hear Mary screaming. So I'm standing at the door. I look across. I'm going to make a sanity roll, if that's all right.
I think that's quite all right.
Yeah. Go. I made it. Okay.
You made it, yeah.
So I think I'm going to do the thing that any sane person would do. I'm going to run for the back door.
All right.
So I look back. I can see obviously that it appears that the Major has just shot Billy, and now William is trying to carve Billy up in some way. I guess I grab a hold of Mary's hand and I just run towards the back of the house. I know that there's a back way out through the next room.
You are obviously reconsidering your life choices of becoming a reporter, because you don't want to be witnessing this stuff and writing about it in the paper. You really don't.
But I can always make it up, can't I? I can always guess how it ends. So I think as I passed I think if I'd have failed my sanity roll, I wouldn't be grabbing Mary. I'd just be running for the back door.
I got you. Okay.
But as I've made it, I think he's going to kind of maintain a certain degree of clarity and grabs a hold of Mary's hand, rushes for the next room to get out through the back door and into the forest. That's my intent.
Mary does indeed go with you as you are rushing out the back door. And at this point, I am going to take ownership as GM, clear ownership. All right. Billy. Poor Billy. It is your turn. What are you doing?
All right. Well, I am going to take this crazy person that's trying to draw on me, and I'm going to slam him into that front door where the light's coming through.
Okay, very good.
Good choice.
I think that's a very good choice.
Fighting brawl?
Yes, it is.
Oh,
that is very good. That is okay. So, since that is a hard success, William, you could still, because I'm remembering the rules now. You could still make a dodge roll, but you would need an extreme success to prevent that from happening.
I thought if you're dodging, you need to equal it, and if you're fighting back, you need to beat it.
I think because you took an action, though.
Okay.
But I could be wrong. We'll go with equal it.
Fine.
That's fine. We'll go with equal it. I don't remember, because I could be mixing my game systems up.
Yeah. Am I convinced that I have done all I needed to do?
Yes.
On his head.
Oh yeah, the power that was raging through your body. It seemed to come from somewhere more, out there.
Okay,
yes,
then I'll be throwing myself backwards then. Dodge.
Unless it's contested.
Ooh, nice.
Okay.
And if you want me to extreme, I can give you 5 luck.
I think this is very good storytelling. So where, as Billy is shoving you around and you're going to use his momentum to propel yourself somewhere else, where are you going?
Towards the bureau where the wax was.
Okay. Excellent. So you're going to make it through there to
the... that if he did the extreme, I would make the argument that if he did the extreme, he throws me into the door.
Well, actually, it's regardless of it. Right? I'm not going to make him do it. But at this point, you are taking over the role of Mary. So for Mary, you can take Emily's character and just change the name of it. But you are actually now Mary, because at this point
that doesn't bode well for Billy.
Yes, because at this point it does seem like this white light has direct purpose, and while it does seem to avoid any electrical wires that are around the area, it does enter Billy's body through the feet. And as you can see that the feet are kind of crumpling in on themselves and disintegrating. And anybody who's watching this, go ahead and make a sanity roll, please. Which is, I think, everybody except for Hector and Mary. As this comes in and the bones start to kind of crumple, and you can even hear the crackling noises as cartilage breaks off and goes into different directions that it's not supposed to, and the light is slowly consuming Billy as it gets towards his torso and comes up towards the rest of his body, and the arms start shaking and the body is kind of convulsing, and the shockwaves of convulsing are causing it to like jump in the air 2-3 feet and come down and slam down, and at each time it does, you hear more crunching and then the light kind of starts to glow through the mouth and through the ears and the nose as the eyes melt themselves, and the lights come through until there's nothing but a husk of a man, and the light is still eating away at the body until it just turns all to white ash. Who failed? Okay. Very good. And Billy, we thank you very much for playing with us. I understand that. Tell us what Mary is doing as Mary seems to be running. What is she fighting back? Is she going back to Billy?
Oh, no, she's running.
Okay.
She is out there.
She only right now.
She's heading to that garage to see about that car.
Guys, we will move on now to Sebastian. So you see the body being consumed.
Out of character. I can't pick up the box.
You don't think you can pick up the box?
Can I kick the box?
Last time you tried to do that, you do see William coming with wax out of this pot from where he went into some room. I will allow you to make a POW roll again. If you fail the POW roll, you will be able to pick up the box.
I can't use luck. I can't use luck to fail.
And, however, unless you want to come up with some other way, I am happy to entertain it. This is life or death. That box needs to get near this creature that's going to be lethargic for very little time.
Have we still got the sheets with William?
Yes, because I never stayed up. I never stayed up Billy, so I
should have formed some sort of loop and loop it over the box and pull it without physically touching it, or lift it without physically touching it.
You're a military man. We military men, we get the job done when we need to. Let's make it a roll. What kind of roll would that be?
Well, I was going to say intelligence, but that may be a bit too easy. Dexterity?
Survival, like ropes and things.
I think a dexterity roll would be nice.
I can do it survival, which is at 35, or dexterity. I'll do it at shall we say a hard dexterity? So
no, I think regular. I mean, it's a rather easy task that you're accomplishing. You just can't. It's just difficult for you to be. You're very uneasy about this box.
I would have to spend 4. I got rolled a rolled a 70, so I'm going to have to spend 5 luck to pass.
All right. And so describe us what you're doing. You have this sheet that seems to be looped around this box.
I'm carrying it with the look on my face as if it's an unexploded bomb, or some sort of shell. And I'm just gingerly walking into repeating, "Where's the wax? Where's the wax? Hector, where's the wax? And Hector, where's the wax? Where are you gone?
Yeah, just go in.
Where's the wax? Where's the wax? Where's the wax? Where's the wax? Where's the wax?"
Walking towards this light is quite difficult. It's quite bright. It's blinding you everywhere you go, and you will make me a POW roll.
Okay.
Trying to get closer to it.
I rolled under my 80, which...
All right.
67.
So you make it to there, and you kind of kneel down at the box. Your eyes, you don't want to look at the light. You're kind of trying to shield it. You're not even sure how close you are to it. And we will move to William's turn.
Yeah, so there's a big pile of glowing ash in front of me where Billy used to be, yeah?
Yeah. And the light, there's a light there now that is kind of... there is the light there. It's consuming. It's consumed Billy. It's still there. It's still in existence. It seems to be kind of, though, less... We're going to call it less bright now. It seems to be a little bit... it's pulsing less. It seems to be a little bit more...
I'm going to poke the knife in and see what happens.
Trying to stick a knife in the light has no bearing on it. It's still very difficult for you to see. You can try to make a sanity roll if you want to even try to get close to it. This is not.
Yeah, I basically want to pick the ash up and put it in the back in the tub.
Very good.
So, but if you want a sanity roll to get close, that's fine. Although I am already insane.
Yeah, that's true.
So.
Yeah, okay. You know what? You stab at it insanely, 100%. You don't have to make it, but you can see that it's not doing anything. It starts to seem to be slinking towards the box.
It's going towards the box anyway.
Yeah.
Where's the wax? Where's the wax?
Okay. Get the wax out. I mean, once it goes in the box, I'm not going to touch it just in case it still has powers. But once it's in the box, like slam the lid down and see up the wax.
Okay. So, we're going to say that it's Hector's turn. Where is Hector now?
I think Hector's currently trying to get out of the back door of the house, I think.
Oh, yeah. The back door is... You went through the kitchen. You probably, passed this mad-eyed William with, like, a knife at some point, coming towards her. Like, I don't want part of that.
No, I think that's the thing. I mean, he's seen Sebastian try and shoot Billy, who's a kid. He's just seen William.
He shot Billy the kid.
Billy the kid, yeah.
In the back.
No, it's almost poetic, but So I think he's just terrified and is making a run for it. But he's managed to keep a hold of his faculties somewhat, so that he can grab a hold of Mary and drag her through the door as well if she's coming.
Okay.
But I think the idea is just to try and get away from these maniacs, and away from this horrible light, which seems to be dissolving everybody.
All right.
So just running into the... I mean, it's not great. Running into the darkness is a bad idea, right? But
well, yeah, at least it's away from the light. But yeah, you're running into the dark. That's right. Okay. So Billy is running, and since we have Mary here of her own free volition, what is Mary doing?
Yeah.
Mary is going to continue to run.
All right.
Yeah.
Anywhere near.
Yeah.
What's going on?
So, the white light enters this coffer, the box. It seems to just be pulsating lowly inside this coffer. The box is still open, however. But William was kind of mentioning that he was holding until it was in the box. So, William, what are you doing now that you have your... Now that the condition has been met?
Slam the box closed.
And, okay, so you slam the box closed.
And then smear wax around the seal, around the...
All right,
lip.
so you're closing it. As you're smearing wax, we're going to go to Sebastian. Sebastian, what are you doing?
Hey, half-heartedly aiming my revolver at the box, my self-loader at the box. So, is it holding?
We need to dig a hole. We need to dig a hole and bury it.
Do that. The lights in the house go out. It goes dark. Hector, you saw the lights behind you as you're running. They go out. In the house, the people in the house hear this chunk. Chunk. Chunk.
Fortunately, Sebastian knows how to fix that.
Chunk.
Sounds like gas.
And you guys are plunged into darkness.
Is the box still secure?
It is dark in the house, and the last you saw, the wax was starting to go partially around it. It looked like William was putting the wax around.
I'm obsessively rubbing it around until
he started to slather it as the light went out.
Can I fumbling for the flashlight?
You can make a luck roll to see if the batteries are still good.
Okay. My current luck is 54. 53!
Yes, you have lights!
53. So, shine the torch shakily shine the torch and aim the revolver. So, self-loader it.
Yes. Okay, and we'll move to William. William, you are completing putting the wax. Is there anything else you're doing on?
No, that's all I'm doing. I think I'll probably be doing this until the morning.
Hector, does that
until
change?
I run out of wax.
Does that change what Hector and Mary are doing?
I mean, Hector is I think he runs until he thinks or he feels that he's at a safe distance. Looking back towards the house and all the lights have gone off. He looks at Mary and he says, do you think they're all dead? Do you think they're all dead? Do you think they got it?
Well, there's no more light. Is that good or bad?
I don't know. I don't know. It was dark when we got to the house.
And the light's gone away.
What was that thing?
The weird light. It was killing people. Like, ate them.
I bet the Major got it. I bet the Major killed it.
The one with the gun?
Yeah. He's a soldier. He'll have finished it off, I think.
Yeah, I bet that's what happened.
By any chance, did we run towards the barn where the car is?
Yeah, sure. Let's say you did.
So I think it's probably when we've arrived at that. I mean, Hector's not been there before at all, so I guess I'm pushing open the door and seeing what's inside.
Yeah, but you don't see light. It's there. The generator has gone down.
So
you can smell that there's the pungent smell of petrol. You can see a large shape, which is clearly a vehicle.
When we could wait here for a bit, just to see.
That sounds cool.
And I think at this point we're going to move forward to the epilogue of the story. We're going to say that with the flashlight you brought more petrol into the house to refill the generator and start it up again. What is happening with the box? What are the conversations that we are having after this episode? We've passed the 1d10 rounds where William is a little bit more himself. Does he understand what he just did or what just transpired here? Or is that just written off to madness that is now gone away?
I think he's probably passed out on top of the box. His hands absolutely torn to ribbons as he's been smearing it. His little music box playing Gymnopédie. She's managed to wind up just to try and get some of the sanity back. And yeah.
And Major, what is Major doing this?
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
He has again taken his silver cigarette case out, opened it, revealing that it has no cigarettes in but photographs and the letter, his goodbye letter he wrote in the trenches, bringing that between his two fingers. He suggests burning the house down. So he's single-handedly said, load Amelia into the car. Mary, you get the $600 to keep your mouth shut. William, take the box, put it in the bank, put it in a safe deposit box. It's yours. The guard against. Do what you want with it. Do what you want with it. Hector, help me get the gas.
Well, it's a stone house, so that'll be interesting. So we'll say morning comes, and as the Major, as light comes now to the door, you open the door in the shed. You find Mary and Hector kind of huddled in a comforting embrace with one another as they've experienced this life traumatic event. And Mary did, of course, lose, her beau. So hopefully Angie will forgive me this little indulgence. But as this young couple seems to be kind of
well, at least someone had a good
comforting
night.
each other. They're just huddled because of this horrible fear that this white light will come through the door at any time.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to convince me. You just convince your mother.
Emilia, when she comes to, and she sees everything there, she starts spouting off gibberish again. She does not seem to be. She at first she goes in. She looks at her grandfather. She looks at what has become of the whole scene around here, and she just starts to talk as if she's somewhere else completely. Like she's having this magical tea party with people that you cannot see in the area.
Well, at this point, let's get our story straight. We were passing in the middle of the night. We saw a fire, possibly from the poorly maintained generator. Started in the basement with the packing crates. Amelia has lost her mind seeing the death of her grandfather. No one mentions the box. It's currently in the boot. We took her car because our car became stuck in the road. We don't know what happened at the diner. No idea why it was deserted. Mary was there. No idea why her boss ran out. No idea where the $600 came from. Maybe it was bootleggers. Don't know. Let's get back to Arkham. Never mention this night again.
And I managed to lose the box among the inventory of everything at Miskatonic University's museum.
In the vaults.
And in the vaults. None, it doesn't, not touched. And while I'm still there as the curator and purveyor of such things, of course, when I move on in another 30 years' time, someone else might start having a look through the inventory, and their eye may fall upon something which hasn't been out for display for a while.
Sounds like a sequel to me.
Maybe that would be quite a nice exhibit.
And that is what happened. And we'll just hear what is becoming of poor Mary.
Well, I have a feeling she's never going to really feel comfortable staying in one spot after all that. And bright lights are going to be her reason for moving on.
I see. Very good. And so I think that is what happens. And that is where we will leave it for tonight. And we thank everybody for joining us on the live stream. We thank everybody for playing and being such good sports. Billy was an NPC, so that was brilliant. I have to say, I would have never guessed where you would have taken this story. I have been surprised over and over and over again. I feel like my job was done for me almost, but it was
okay.
it was really wonderful.
Yeah.